talking about some, yeah, that's right. Keep your hands where I can see them. I'd hate to have to end it all right here. I don't know about y'all, but I got a tough cat. She like to act tough. She like to act like she could beat me up. And she be me mugging me. But yeah, what's up, Team YouTube? It's your boy Dom Antoine coming at you live again with another one. Like, comment, subscribe if you're fucking with the content.
BMT, you broke this story. You was the first at it. What do you know so far about this?
Yeah, so far, somebody had shared this story with me like early AM. Basically, the guy, Floyd Wallace, who was, attached, he was doing a lot of travel. He got caught up doing some heinous things in Brazil, specifically in Rio de Janeiro, and it looks like he was trying to get out by going to Sao Paulo. They basically got a lot of evidence that he was messing around with minors, unfortunately, man. It's looking real bleak for him.
Zoom TV News!
I did my research, man. I heard that it wasn't a minor, that was a baby. Like from what I understand, allegedly, it was a 6-year-old kid. Is that true? What's your intel on that?
Well, that was what's stated in the article. That was evidence of finding it on his laptop or phone or something like that. But even if you read the article, they allude to it, the person being under 14. That's why I labeled it sicko, because that's some sick stuff, man, that nobody condones or anything like that. So it's just unfortunate. And they arrested him, and he's in jail right now. If everything is proven to be true, because it's all alleged at this point, but is everything proven to be true, he deserves to be underneath the jail.
And anybody that got a problem with you calling them a sicko, they probably a sicko too. You got a video with dude getting taken down in the thing, and she's telling him why he's being arrested.
Quiet! Yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep your hand on the floor.
Put your hands in the air.
For somebody not to believe that tells me that they might be riding for the other side. They got the reports in the G1, and G1 is like the CNN of Brazil. They saying he got 13 arrests in the States. Did you know that?
I know he did the police audits. I know he was in jail. I was familiar with that part, but other than that, no, I didn't know it was like 13. But I know that YouTubers, do that. They do the little police audit. They roll up on the police and say, hey, I'm not trespassing. And they'll say, hey, you are trespassing. So I am familiar with that, but yeah, I had no idea he had 13. I think most of those arrests are coming from that, though.
The smoking gun is the report saying that he used rideshare apps, Uber 99, to traffic victims remotely so he wouldn't be seen at the pickup spot. So basically, he was quarterbacking what was going on. So he knew he was doing something wrong. If you hide, then we know you're doing something wrong. So that lets us know too. Because if you're standing on business, you don't need to hide. I never met the guy. I don't know anything about him. You know what I mean? If he's innocent, hopefully he can prove that. If he's not, man, he should get exactly what he deserves. They got other YouTubers running around like, the booty goon. All these people need to fry, man, because they make us all look bad. Like I say all the time, if a non-melanated person does something, he takes the hit. If a melanated person does something, we all take the hit. It's sad, man, but it is what it is.
Especially in like evil acts and concerns of, minors and anything like that, man. That's sickening.
What about the fallout in Brazil? Have you heard anything about what's happening in Brazil right now? You talked to Skylar, heard anybody out there?
No, I haven't talked to anything about I think this is all fresh, man. Like this is all recent. We were talking about hours ago.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep your hand on the floor.
She's talking about some, yeah, that's right. Keep your hands where I can see them. I'd hate to have to end it all right here. Just because you wanted to get frisky with some minors. And you gotta think about it. Back in the 80s and 90s, this was probably more socially acceptable, or people may have been going through even rougher patches. So they may have been willing to do a lot. They may have been willing to do something very strange for a very small piece of change.
You're being arrested for child exploration by the police of here, okay? That's it. That's it.
Yeah, they're gonna wake up and find out something crazy. I was making an episode called "Why I Don't Call Myself a Passport Bro," right? And that's me personally. I don't like to have any kind of like association with anything that I don't have any control over, because I don't know who's in it, what's going on, what the organization is. Now, how does that work for you in terms of you being quote unquote could be considered, you know, the leader of the Passport Bros? You have the app and all of that stuff. Does this affect you and your brand, or how do you look at it?
This is the thing. The brand has been somewhat controversial from not necessarily since the inception, but from early on, going back and forth in the gender war. And when you had, you know, so-called a media war, people will throw as much dirt, especially people that, you know, lean in one direction, feminists and stuff like that. And a lot of these publications are, you know, ran by, of course, you know, feminists. I don't get into the politics of it. But we know, and we've been saying this for a long time, that the Passport Bros is not necessarily a movement. It's not necessarily an organization. There's no ledger of members or anything like that. Like, you know, some people would try to allegedly say, it's just an ideology. It's a mindset. And all the mindset is geo arbitrage, meaning go somewhere else where you're treated better and you can afford the best quality of living that you can, all right, with your American dollar. So that's the crux of it, you know.
So I think you have to be realistic here, right? At the end of the day, you're traveling somewhere else. You can only stay there for so long. So eventually you're going to have to go home. All your problems will return. But I think what the more lasting impact is how your dollar has more strength and works harder for you, or goes further for you while you're abroad. You know, that allows you to chase more abroads. So really it is your cost of living here in the States is higher than what it is in these other places. So it allows you to play differently than you would at home. But at the same time, if you go through these places and you're not familiar with their laws, you could quickly find yourself painted in a corner.
So, like I say, I'm a creator. I do have a reach, but I don't have like the massive reach of some other creators and that don't necessarily agree with the ideology or the so-called movement, as they say. You know, and a lot of it is just, you know, clicks and views as well. Like we know the definition of a technical Passport Bro is, but the thing is, Passport Bro, that terminology it's been so popularized that it would always kind of lead to people taking shots at it because of the popularity of the name, right? Not only is it a name that somewhat, I'm not gonna say necessarily alienate, but it's a male name with the bros at the end. Then it has like a black male orientation with the bros as well, even though we know bro is entertaining to lose with other races of guys as well. But exactly. Those are really the reasons that it gets.
I hate to be the one to tell the brothers this, especially the foundationally black brothers this, but just because you give something a name does not mean that you invented this whole different lane, bro. White men have been having money for a long time. They've been having passports for a long time. They've been doing this for a long time. Just because you name it in the last 5 to 10 years or whatever it may be. Like, bro, they've been doing this since the 60s, 70s, you know, since the Wright brothers made the airplane. And men could start freely traveling from place to place. Back in the day, they couldn't travel, you know, freely as they could most recently. So they were taking our bitch. But now they're like, oh, well, I'll just fly over here. I'll pay this girl a pretty penny and maybe I'll even play stepdaddy for a while. And then they start doing all them extracurricular activities that nobody consented to. You really can't consent to.
It's hit so much is just simply because of the popularity of it. And it's the thing, you know, a lot of guys will like try to criticize, you know, certain creators like myself or other YouTubers and stuff like that. that kind of, will, utilize the name and say, hey, we stand on business, we call ourselves Passport Bros. But this started organically on TikTok, right? It was out of our hands once it hit TikTok and it went viral, and it goes viral every few months, and it has more than 400 mentions on TikTok alone. But this is a massive name, right? It's a massive brand acknowledgement. Like, you have people that, might have heard of certain brands, but, come on, 400 something million mentions on TikTok alone. Right. So it's a lot that comes with that. It's unfortunate that they were.
So basically, the title says American investigator for ex-tourism and grooming for minor recruitment in Rio is arrested in Sao Paulo. Okay, that's what the title says. Let's go.
Quiet! Yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep your hands on the floor. You're being arrested for child exploration by the police of here. Okay? That's it. That's it.
All right, so it looks like they might have hit him with the mace.
I have yet to have seen several guys overseas with Passport Bro t-shirts on, raiding, causing chaos, as if like some of these media outlets and some of these anti-Passport Bro people are claiming. Right? There is no evidence. And then when these governments and police look into it, they'll see, oh, it's just a hashtag, it's an internet terminology, right? It's really, the investigation stops there because they see.
But hey, when you're out of town, you should only do the things that you're willing to do here in the States. And then if that's illegal here in the States, and you're not willing to spend the rest of your life in jail, you should probably think about that. Or if the parent finds out that you're doing something strange, and they're willing to kill you over it, delete you over it, you should probably think about that as well. But, yeah. Otherwise, I don't see why you can't play it. I just think that you should be responsible. When you're doing things overseas and it's only for a temporary period of time, you may think that there's a lack of accountability there because you can just come home and they may not be able to locate you. But you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at what a woman might find while you're sleeping in bed because you decided to allow her to stay the night because you wanted to get the girlfriend experience. But I'll see y'all around next time.